security should be the foundation that you're building your AI infrastructure off of. You don't want to build the AI infrastructure and then try and get security over it. There's certain things that could potentially be missed. 9 out of 10 times, you're going to get everything that's happened. But that one time that you don't, it's not a risk that you want to take.
Welcome to the Security Shack podcast. Every episode, we rate a different energy drink out of 10 to try and determine which is the very best for keeping our cybersecurity experts going, while discussing the latest news, the biggest topics, and the most important questions relating to cybersecurity. So crack open a can of something cold, caffeinated, and carbonated, and join us for today's topic.
Today we've got the Ultra Rosa in a can that is colourful.
Fun.
Yeah. And the colour of the drink is...
Yeah. Cheers.
Okay. Ooh.
Yeah, it's not from me.
Immediately no.
Yeah.
I don't know, it's quite like the sharpness.
Yeah, it's got
At the front.
Bites at the front, yeah.
At least it's zero sugar.
Yeah.
Oh. See, that was a 2-sip for me. That's not bad. Alright. So with that in mind, and that behind us, because we've got a big topic today, we're going to talk about AI. Who isn't talking about AI at this point?
Oh, no.
But particularly we're going to look at how AI is impacting cybersecurity threats.
Yeah.
So I don't know where you want to start with that, because it's quite a big topic.
Yeah, I think the best way to kind of look at it is, I think there's a lot of fear around AI and cybersecurity at the moment, and a lot of people are worried about how AI is kind of attacking environments and all of that right now. I think one of the biggest things that we can really focus in on is that we aren't seeing new types of attacks yet. So it's not rewriting the script, it's not reinventing the wheel right now, which is fine. Yeah, that's good. Our tools are still the right tools to have, the behavioral analysis, kind of getting all of the telemetry that's coming out of an environment, sticking that into a log aggregator or a scene. We're seeing a lot come through. The problem is the speed that it's happening at. So previously, a security operations center would be watching out for any types of strange behaviors that we would see. We'd even see some automation that might happen in an attack if a threat actor had enough time to kind of deploy a setup in an environment. But now that automation is happening at machine speed. So it's moving so fast that data is getting pulled out of an environment before a lot of these tools really have the ability to kind of get human eyes on it to go and remediate a lot of those threats. So that's the real challenge with most environments nowadays. And the other problem is AI is really good at breaching environments.
Yeah.
It runs on best practice. It's 24/7. We talk about persistence, which effectively means that it won't stop until it's actually achieved its goal. So it's different from the autonomous part, where you'll give it an instruction and go and say, go and get me the highest level of credentials that you can find in that organization. It's fine, we'll go and do that. The problem is that that coupled with the persistence, it won't stop until it has those higher level credentials in the business. So it's moving very quickly with best practice, autonomously, and it won't stop until it gets the job done.
Yeah, that's the thing. People have to sleep. I mean, even with where the height of eventually they do have to sleep.
Yeah.
Or they have to stop other things come up in their lives.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, the sheer volume and speed that AI provides.
100%. And look, that's not to say that having a traditional SOC won't help. Security is still going to help, but a lot of these tools nowadays are being built in with AI in the back end to kind of be able to understand what's happening in that environment. But again, it's that depth in defense, having all of those different layers on top of one another that really make a big difference there. So having AI in your defense is going to be the best kind of solution that you can have nowadays.
Fighting fire with fire.
It's exactly that. So I mean, effectively having something moving at machine speed and having something analyzing at machine speed, your defenses are going to be bolstered by 10 times minimum. So it really is just about making sure that you are as protected as you possibly can be with the speed and accuracy that these AI, malicious AI or adversarial AI, however you want to kind of put it, are attacking in environments right now. So yeah, it's that, and then on top of that, you've got AI that's kind of developing new malware, new ransomware, just as we use it to code SaaS tools now. We use it to code lovely little applications that we can use and all of that. The issues can be done on the same side for threat actors, where it's better coding those tools for us, it's better coding those tools for the threat actors as well. Not always. There are varying degrees of it, and I'm seeing news today that there are some ransomware attacks that are taking place with agents that are kind of running it and making sure that it's happening, or agent written ransomware attacks that are being deployed, and instead of encrypting data, it's actually just corrupting and destroying all of that data. So just as some people have agents in the environment that aren't really handled too well and go off to the side and go and do their own thing, the same thing's happening with threat actors.
Yeah, it's still a tool, so ultimately there's still someone behind it, so it does depend on who's using it. It just makes it easier. The barrier to entry is so much less, and
it's exactly
speed and volume. It's
the barrier to entry is basically nothing anymore if you know how to get onto the dark web.
We could go and be cyber criminals. We're in the wrong side of the business. If the podcast suddenly stops, you know why. We've disappeared. Or this is all a front.
Yeah, exactly that. It'll be a front, yeah. Yeah, so yeah, the barrier to entry it's really disappeared.
Yeah.
You can now have access to high-end attack vectors that you can then put in the hands of an AI agent and tell it to go and kind of throw those attacks out. I mean, one of the earlier examples that kept on popping up that's just increasingly gets worse and worse is they looked at phishing attacks, and effectively to create for humans to create a really good phishing attack takes about 16 hours. Okay, to craft a really good email, whatever the case is. AI can do that in a couple of minutes with about 5 prompts. Okay. Then on top of that, if you go and say, all right, Mr. Agent that has now just generated that phishing attack, here is a list of 10,000 people. I want you to customize this attack. Go scrape data off of LinkedIn, go see how they type, how they talk, who they're talking to, what they're talking about, and then distribute those attacks and then see what happens. It's phishing in the greatest sense. You never go out and cast your line for a single fish that you've identified. You are literally hoping for something to bite, and that's exactly how they're going nowadays. And that's why every cybersecurity professional out there nowadays is saying it's not if, it's when.
Yeah.
And it's not that they are targeting you, it's that you're available to be targeted. Those are really the big kind of pushes now. So yeah, just as AI is massive in general business and the private sector and in governments and all of that, it's just as big in cybercrime right now.
Yeah, I mean, everything you said is just AI is a catalyst for making everything more.
Yeah.
How is that sort of race between security professionals and criminals? Who's winning? Is anyone winning? Because obviously, I think that the way that I would look at it is cyber criminals aren't bound by budgets or restrictions or guidelines or red tape to get things approved. They can just do it.
Yeah.
So for me, it seems like they're getting ahead in terms of what they're capable of.
Yeah, it's a difficult one to kind of answer, because the real loser is people who don't have secure enough environments that are kind of falling victim to both. So if you've got, you know, a license with one of the big AI companies, and you're getting a really good tool and it's in your environment and it's doing all of the wonderful things, you're opening up an attack surface to yourself as well. So somebody can go and put some prompt injection in there, which is effectively some instructions that you didn't approve, and then it can shift data wherever it needs to. So that's a really easy attack for a lot of people to do. The threat actors, the problem is that they're using the same AI that we are. They're using the same AI that we're using to defend, they're using it to attack. There's a lot of open source AI out there. You've now got OpenClaw, which sits on a box that you can go and kind of remove the guardrails off of. You can get it to do whatever you want for it. So
One of your favourites, OpenClaw. You love OpenClaw. I think it fascinates and terrifies you.
Yes, it's exactly it. It absolutely fascinates, and it's the scariest thing in the world for me right now. So I mean, you've got, in a sense, everybody's on it. And unfortunately, if you have AI in your environment and you're not quite sure what's happening with it, you could be potentially the one who's losing in that scenario. Staying on top of AI is vital nowadays, from a security standpoint, from a news standpoint, from, I mean, a geopolitical standpoint as well. I mean, all of it is, it's an enormous subject, and everybody has the opportunity to kind of benefit from it, and unfortunately that includes threat actors.
Yes, and it's worth mentioning when we talk about AI security that Landwell Services offer AI consulting.
Yes.
Basically because AI is becoming integral to all the services we already provided, security, print, which you wouldn't think you need security for, but you do.
Yeah.
IT, all these sort of things. So when AI sort of grew in popularity and expanded, we had to get on top of it. And
yeah, I mean, from my perspective, I'm a security guy, so the first thing that I started thinking about when AI started getting kind of deployed into business environments is how can we control that, in a sense of, if we need to shut it down, can we shut it down? If it's in an environment, can we see it? Can we identify what it's being used for? Do we know what data is going into that AI? Do we know what, I mean, there's a story, I don't know which big company it was, but they put in the designs for their new phone into AI. It's a couple of years ago already. So you get all of those things. So from a security standpoint, how do we know what's actually happening there? So it's about making sure we've got those tools in place to be able to, we can find out. It's about having those tools in place to be able to really go and identify what that is, and then also having the ability to kind of turn either the agents or access to the chatbots off as fast as humanly possible. So that exists now, which is great. That's fantastic. My only worry with that is that it is not as far widespread as AI itself is, and shadow AI, regardless of talking about, you know, the kind of bigger types of attacks that AI can orchestrate and can kind of deploy, shadow AI is probably still the biggest problem, and that's shadow AI is any unsanctioned AI that's in an environment. So if you have said, we've got Copilot licenses, that's what we use in this environment, and somebody logs on to ChatGPT, that's shadow AI. You won't have visibility of what's happening in there. So you need the tools in place to kind of go and have a look at that. And then, yeah, when it comes through to our training, look, a lot of it is about getting your environment ready.
Yeah.
I think once you start throwing AI agents on top of your data lake, you'll start to realize that it will find data that you didn't even know existed. And there's been stories of people communicating with the agent that's had access to Teams, so they just chatted on Teams and say, what's the salary of all of our bosses? And it comes up and it says, oh, well, here are their payslips. So making sure that you kind of have all of those controls in place, that your data is structured, it's labeled, you've got conditional access on all of those things, to make sure that the your environment is secure enough before you start dropping in AI. And then it's a management afterwards, making sure that it's all running well. And that's after we've provided training. We do that at different tiers.
Yeah. So yes, I mean, now is the time, because everyone's getting into AI, and if you're not already, you're probably thinking about it. Now is the time to, when you start adopting, get security sorted at the same time, because you don't want to be down the line having embraced all these fun, useful new tools, and then realizing that you've actually compromised yourself in the process.
100%. So, I mean, in my mind, security should be the foundation that you're building your AI infrastructure off of. You don't want to build the AI infrastructure and then try and get security over it. There's certain things that could potentially be missed. I'd say probably 9 out of 10 times you're going to get everything that's happened. But that one time that you don't, it's not a risk that you want to take. Security is about risk mitigation, right? So yeah, build security as your foundation around that, then deploy AI into that environment and make sure that you're in a good place.
Lovely. Well, if you want to learn more about AI, cybersecurity, or anything you've heard today, you can either contact Matt directly or one of our experts at Landwell Services. We'll be happy to talk to you. All the links will be on screen now. So take a look and get in touch, because yes, now is the time to do it.
Yeah.
Let's wrap up with a drink. Okay, go back to it. The what was it? Ultra Rosa.
Yeah.
It's very pink. I quite like that one.
Do you?
Yeah, of all of them, because I like the sharpness at the start. It's not offensive. I think that's a 6.5 for me.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I'm gonna go with another 4.
Oh, really?
I think, yeah.
Dear.
Not my vibe.
One day we'll find one that's a 10.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Yeah.
It'll be a coffee.
It's a beer, yeah.
Well, thank you again for watching. If you have any feedback about the podcast, any topics you want to discuss, let us know. We'd be happy to cover them. They might be out already. They might be down the pipeline. So we'll let you know. Thanks again, Matt, for joining me, and we'll see you on the next one.